The rising number of cyber attacks is raising concerns around the globe about the effect of the attacks on diplomatic relationships among countries. In response, the EU has started to lay down regulations to safeguard its entities, potentially setting a global precedent for cybersecurity in the future. Our Ji-yeon reports.
The era of cybercrime and cyberterrorism has become a bleak reality. Cyberattacks, deliberate exploitations of computer systems, are being used by governments and private entities to gain or manipulate information, which is increasingly affecting diplomatic relations between countries. For years, the U.S. and China have played the blame game, accusing each other of carrying out cyber attacks on their companies and government departments. Just this week, U.S. officials raised the issue with China following a recent episode in which U.S. security firms revealed evidence that the Chinese military was stealing information from U.S. institutions, a charge China denies. Over the years, China's response to such accusations has been to argue that it suffers as much from cyber attacks as other countries do, saying the U.S. is responsible for security breaches at its government agencies. The two countries are not the only ones raising the issue of cyber warfare. The EU reported it incurs damages of around $375 billion every year due to cyber attacks within the bloc, and EU regulators proposed a law last month to safeguard infrastructure and companies against the attacks. The law would require all 27 EU states to appoint a national authority responsible for network and information security and set up a computer emergency response team to handle security incidents. Around 42,000 firms in the EU, including airports, banks, and hospitals, would be required to report cyber attacks whenever their computers are hacked. Although some EU firms have voiced concern that the regulations would become too costly, it is expected that the law would set a global precedent for safeguarding national, public, and private entities against cyber attacks. Ji-yeon, Arirang News.